You're not stuck because you lack information. You're stuck because you're not taking action. Think about it. How many times have you gone to YouTube or any other social platform of yours and taken notes or done something else to kind of digest the information and still nothing came out of that? It's probably because you haven't taken action. And in this video, we're going to fix that. So let's get straight into it. I just wanted to start this video off by saying literally anything is possible. If you want to create something, you can. And you make time for the things that you want to create. When was the last time that you came home from school or work and you had something else that you had to do regarding something important that you couldn't miss, and you did that? And then let's say it got pretty late that night. So then you should have went to sleep, but instead you stayed up doing something that you enjoyed to do. Maybe it was a video game, maybe it was reading, maybe it was drawing, I don't know, maybe it was a hobby of yours. My point is, you made time to do that thing that you wanted to do. Do the same thing for a business you want to do, and understand whatever it is that you want to do, you'll make time for it, and that thing will come into fruition. And I just say that to add on to the anything is possible, because with that alone, you can get so much done once you realize that anything is possible. Everything in your room was sold to you, and somebody created that product. Anything works. Like, anything you want works. Anything that you are, I guess, maybe attached to in this world will work as a product to sell. iPhones, books, bows, ribbons, like everything is a sold product that somebody is successful in. And maybe it's not a product, maybe it's something else that you want. Maybe you are a gamer and you're trying to make money from gaming, so you want to become a gaming YouTuber. Like, I don't know. My point is, you can make what you want work the same way you make time for the things that you enjoy to do. It's just a matter of how bad do you want this? And asking yourself, what do I really want from this? Do I want the material things from this, and am I just kind of attaching myself to the life? Like the, I guess, flashy things of this lifestyle? Or do I really want to live this lifestyle for a period of time to achieve this, to get the penthouses, to get the things that you want? So that's just how I wanted to start this off. Anything is possible, and you can achieve whatever you want. And if you really want something, and if there's a business model you really want to get into, you can make it work. I've seen dead business models be revived by one person just because this was their way of doing things. And it worked, and a lot of the times they didn't even realize they did such thing. But that's the whole point. So you need to be able to adopt this mindset. Okay, messed up a little bit, went on a little yap sesh. My point was, whenever you realize that you can have success and you can create whatever you want, then you become a lot less scared to fail. And that's actually about to bring us to our next skill, which let's actually get into that skill now. Okay, now for the second point I want to touch over. All you need to do is start, fail, then let the idea develop. Because you got to understand that your idea won't be perfect when you first start. Steve Jobs got inspired by a speaker to create the MacBook, and he got inspired by the iPod to create the iPhone. You have to understand, your original idea isn't going to be the final product, and it's not going to be perfect, but you have to start somewhere to let your idea develop. And ideas in your head are going to develop regardless, so it's better to understand this and then develop ideas that you want to be developed. Maybe it's skills, things that you do or think about or want to understand. Just build bases for things and ideas to develop within your head. Let things fail, let them develop, recalibrate, and continue to build in ways that help you continue to grow. Because you have to understand, this is how the best things were created. Amazon started as a bookstore. Now it's an e-commerce mega company that is worth trillions of dollars. The point is, it didn't start like that. It started as a bookstore. It started as an idea that slowly developed into something a lot bigger than it was supposed to be. And that can only happen if there's an idea to start with in the first place. So you need to just start whatever it is you want to do. Maybe you have an idea to create a community. Create a really shitty community. Or you have an idea to create a game. Maybe the game is really shit at first, but then you could slowly work to make it better. But you can't just immediately create an amazing piece of art. No one's done that. Even the greatest and most talented people in the world, the Leonardo da Vinci's, the Isaac Newtons, the Mozarts, these people spent hours and hours and hours perfecting their craft, letting those thoughts develop and those ideas develop to help them create the things that they enjoyed to do and turn them into beautiful pieces of art that have stayed with us for a long period of time. Again, start, fail, and let the idea develop. I feel like this is extremely important for anyone who is getting into entrepreneurship, anybody in life, and anyone who just wants to advance. You need to let ideas develop within your head. And now, on to the next point that I want to talk about. Now for the third point that I want to cover. Advice and, people pointing you in this direction and that direction only does so much for you. You have to understand that literally your whole life on this planet is to experience things. I don't know what it is for you. I know what it is for me, I think. But the whole point in general is you're here to experience things. So people leading you in this and that direction only will do so much. Watching courses will only do so much. Like, for example, you watch a sales course, you still have to go practice sales, get into the field, learn about it, and then once you've actually done the thing itself, then that's when you actually understand it. Until then, the course was kind of irrelevant. And that's kind of my whole point with it, is you need to understand that you got to do it yourself. Like, you got to experience the thing that you want to do yourself to some extent to help it develop, to help you become better at it, to help you level up. Or else, you're just going to stay stuck asking a bunch of different people for advice whose opinion is irrelevant because you're not them. They experienced different things than you did. You've been through the different things than they did. So you have to keep that in mind when asking people questions. Not everyone is you, and not everyone's going to have the same experiences as you. So that's why you need to stop overthinking business and start taking action. Now, onto a little story that I was told a while back, and I just thought it would be cool to add it in there, so let's get straight into that. Okay, so now for this little story, and take it as you will. I'm not going to give you my point of view on it. I'm just going to, I think I am, actually. So now for this little story. There was this guy I was talking to the other day, and I think he was in his 40s or 50s. But we were talking about this book called The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. And the reason we were talking about it was irrelevant, but it was the fact that we were arguing about it to some extent. And I was telling him, like, why don't you have a more optimistic view on life? Like, why don't you think that you can create certain things? And then he kind of told me this. He was like, kid, you have to understand in life, there are certain things that you can only do within a certain age window of life. And that's all that I'm going to say as far as that goes. Why do I say that? It's not because of the context that he had with it, but when he said that, it made me think. He's definitely right. He's right about the fact that maybe there's a window where you have to take care of a certain part of your health, or there's a window of life where you don't have to take care of this part of your health, and there's another window where you do. And if you disregard the window where you do, then that body part of your health will forever be permanently fucked up. So what I kind of got out of that was there are windows of your life that are irreversible, that you can't go back and do it again. You got that opportunity. So you have to take the opportunity. That's the whole reason I wanted to add this in there. Not to stress you out about time, but just understand. Take the risk or lose the chance. A good friend of mine told me that. And honestly, this is extremely valuable advice alone. You need to go take action, or else these things are going to slip away from you. And yes, once you get to a certain age, you're going to look back and you're going to be, I could have done this, that. Do you want to be that person? Because I really don't want to be that person. I want to look back and say, okay, I maybe could have done more, but at the very least, I lived the life to the fullest that I could have. I didn't miss out on anything, because I didn't let myself miss out on anything. So, I just wanted to touch on these points to kind of, once again, just put the nail in the coffin. Fuck this video, go take actions, quit overthinking. So, with that being said, if you want to see another video where I kind of talk about a mindset that you can adopt in 2025, click here. And until next time, everybody, I hope y'all have an amazing rest of y'all's day or night. And take care. Oh, and let me know what y'all think of this video in the comments.